What actually is NLP?
Well, that's an interesting question, and no one has one answer to it. I'd be suspicious if there was just one answer to NLP. Then you'd be able to say this is it and this is what it's not. And NLP is essentially what works. NLP is an approach that looks at this idea that we're constructing our reality inside our heads, which is quite an interesting thing to think about. And most importantly, if we're creating this world inside our head of pictures and sounds and things we're telling ourselves and things we're not telling ourselves, and that drives how we feel and therefore what we do in the world, the great news is we can change that. And rather than having to focus on changing what we're thinking about, or certainly studying why we're thinking the things that we're thinking, which will take an awful lot of time and has some use maybe, but it's certainly not useful in terms of the things we do in NLP. When you learn that actually you can change the qualities of the pictures and sounds inside your head, you can start to make things that were big and overbearing far away in your mind. You can make them black and white. You can literally take feelings and change the direction that they're moving in your body. Then you can change the way you feel like that, which is really how our mind and our body is programmed to be. If you look at a small child, they can change the way they feel just like that. And it's something that we can all learn to do again, is to really take control, take charge of how our mind is working. It's not that there's a right way or a wrong way for our brain to work, it's just, is it useful? Something like anxiety is useful if there's a bear chasing you on a bicycle. But in fact, if you're just sat there in a place and in a part of your life that could otherwise be enjoyable, and the pictures in your mind are making you feel unnerved, then you can change the qualities of these pictures and sounds so they just don't have the ability to make you feel anxious anymore. So if it's not useful to feel anxious, then NLP will show you how not to do that. If it's not useful to be feeling worried, then you can change that. And so most of the way that we feel and most of the way that we respond in the world, we believe in neuro-linguistic programming, is due to the world that we're constructing inside our minds. And so if we realize that it's just something that we're making up, then we can change it. And therefore people become the architects of their own thoughts, which drives how they feel, which drives what they do in the world. And then when you change what you can do in the world, then you change your impact in the areas that are really important to you, the people you care about, maybe the societies that you're part of. And in order to change anything on the outside, NLP starts with how are you going to change your world on the inside? I work with anyone who knows that deep inside there's something that they want to do or someone that they want to become, and they haven't yet become that. Now this could be a top performing athlete. It could be somebody who has taken a slip in life and wants to get back on their feet. It could be somebody who is reaching extreme levels of success financially, personally, in their health, in their lifestyle, in their education, but they want to find the difference that makes the difference to keep life awesome. And other people, life has turned out not the way they thought it was going to be. And rather than just study the reasons why things aren't the way they want them to be or find excuses, they actually want to take what it is that they've learnt, use NLP to make life exceptional in the time that they have left. So it's really taking life to where it really can go, whether you are way off the mark or whether you just need that tweak to bring excellence in. So the kind of people that I work with would include athletes, would include people who want to change their personal level of fitness and health. I work with people in businesses. I work with people who want to progress their career. I work with people who want to change their career. I work with people where they want to change their life or they've been put in a situation where they've had to change their life. But wherever we change, finding the difference that makes a difference is where NLP can really help. Often it's just finding something that you need to tell to yourself, something you need to focus on, something that you need to have a different response to. But ultimately, by having a different strategy, you'll get a different result. If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. And NLP will help you find different ways to think, that's the neurology, different ways to communicate with yourself, what you're telling yourself and what you're telling other people, and help you to do things in a different order. Sometimes finding the difference just means you have to think things in a different order. Sometimes you have to use your body in a different way. But NLP allows you to unlock from within that genius, that part of our mind that always knows the answer. Whenever there's a problem, it's only a problem because you haven't found the solution yet. My journey started with big changes in my own success, and I was thrilled with that. And then by starting to share this with other people, my inbox suddenly starts getting full of wonderful stories from people who have taken control of their own life and using the things that I've taught them, they've managed to surprise themselves, to step into their dreams. And so over the 15 years that I've been working with organizations, with individuals, with people who come on my NLP practitioner training and people who come to see me on a one-to-one basis, I hear so many stories on a daily basis of how surprised people have become with their ability to create amazing futures, to change their health, to bring themselves back from the brink, to find their own personal power after a divorce in order to no longer remain stuck within an organization and to step into leadership. People who thought that they were just going to have to go all the way through their life and not achieve that thing that they've always wanted because they'd failed and told themselves they failed. Then they learn how to keep going, to try something different, how to use their brain for a change. So pretty much in every area of life that I've encountered and where I've met people who want to invest in themselves and come and learn about how to change the way that their relationship with their own mind and what they think is possible in the world, I've seen successes. I've seen people change the way that they look drastically by changing their diet. I've met people who've changed their personal finances to a massive extent. People who've started seeing me who literally have less than £1 in the pocket per day, who go on to open bank statements which have the amount of money that they really feel that they need and that they want to live a fulfilled life. People who've started organisations and societies, who've outreached into the community, who've taken a leadership role in business and within social change, who never knew that it could be as simple as just learning about their own experience of life in order to create these massive changes in life for themselves and for other people. What I normally do is I get an email years down the road just saying, Ben, you'll never guess what. Those things that we talked about 2-3 years ago, and it was just a dream for me. It's just happened. I look round today and I realised I am living my dream now. And whereas often the emails or the things that people tell me will thank me, my thanks is to them for really taking action and using the things that NLP can teach you to do. The training with Bristol NLP involves training alongside a wide variety of people who come from all areas of life. You can take the training purely for your own personal development, spending 10 days learning the model of NLP, which will allow you to make profound changes. Also, some people come on the training because they wish to go on and become a professional NLP practitioner. So the training takes place in Bristol, normally once and sometimes twice a year. We learn NLP over a number of months. You learn everything that you need to know to learn how your mind works and how you can change using incredible techniques to drive your life forward and help, if you choose, other people to do the same. So NLP practitioner training is lively. You get to fully partake in all of the techniques. You get a whole experiential learning of neuro-linguistic programming. You meet and work alongside a group of other people who really want to enjoy making change. And so the NLP training is based in Bristol. We meet regularly over a number of months to really explore how to apply all of these wonderful things into your life. You don't spend a lot of time sat down. There is some conventional learning to it, but we get really involved. We start working straight away with all the other wonderful people that will be there to learn how to use our minds to create incredible changes.